Fenbendazole, a veterinary anti-parasitic drug, is being explored for cancer treatment. Researchers are investigating its potential to unlock new frontiers in cancer therapy.
Patients with advanced cancer turn to fenbendazole, reporting tumor regression and increased survival. Joe Tippin's story of remission sparked significant interest and research.
Fenbendazole disrupts microtubules and glucose uptake in cancer cells. This multifaceted approach makes it a promising candidate for further research. Early findings on fenbendazole have sparked hope in cancer treatment. Rigorous clinical trials are essential to determine its true potential.
Fenbendazole's potential benefits circulated among cancer patients online. Desperation and hope drove many to try this readily available drug. Joe Tippin's remarkable recovery story fueled interest in fenbendazole. His experience resonated deeply with many facing similar diagnoses.
Anecdotal evidence, while hopeful, requires rigorous scientific validation. Controlled studies are necessary to confirm fenbendazole's efficacy.
Early studies show fenbendazole inhibits cancer cell growth by disrupting microtubules and glucose metabolism. These findings suggest potential anti-cancer mechanisms. Fenbendazole disrupts microtubule dynamics, crucial for cancer cell division. This mechanism is shared by several established chemotherapy drugs. Fenbendazole interferes with glucose uptake in cancer cells, starving them of energy. This selective approach could minimize damage to healthy cells. Fenbendazole's mechanisms echo those of established chemotherapy drugs. Understanding these shared pathways can guide effective treatment strategies. While in vitro studies provide valuable initial insights into a drug's potential, they represent only the first step in a long and rigorous research process. Cell culture studies, conducted in controlled laboratory settings, involve growing cells in artificial environments, which may not fully recapitulate the complex interactions within a living organism. To further validate the anti-cancer potential of fenbendazole, researchers must move beyond cell culture and conduct in vivo studies using animal models. In vivo studies, typically conducted in rodents, allow researchers to investigate a drug's effects in a more realistic biological context. These studies can provide crucial information about a drug's absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion, known as ADME, within a living organism, as well as its potential toxicity and side effects. Furthermore, in vivo models of cancer, where tumors are grown in animals, allow researchers to directly assess a drug's ability to inhibit tumor growth and progression in a living system. Transitioning from in vitro to in vivo studies is a critical step in drug development. It allows researchers to bridge the gap between promising laboratory findings and potential clinical applications. The results of in vivo studies using fenbendazole will be crucial in determining whether the drug's observed anti-cancer effects in cell culture translate to a meaningful therapeutic benefit in a living organism. The information gained from in vivo studies will also be essential for guiding the design of future clinical trials in humans. By understanding fenbendazole's pharmacokinetic properties, potential toxicity, and optimal dosing range in animals, researchers can develop safer and more effective treatment protocols for human patients. This careful and systematic approach to research ensures that any potential benefits of fenbendazole are thoroughly evaluated and validated before it can be considered for widespread clinical use. Building upon the intriguing, albeit preliminary, findings from in vitro studies, researchers eager to explore fenbendazole's potential embarked on preclinical studies using animal models. These in vivo studies, primarily conducted in rodents, aim to assess fenbendazole's effects in a more complex biological system, providing crucial insights into its absorption, distribution, metabolism, and potential toxicity. The results of these preclinical studies would prove pivotal in shaping the future direction of fenbendazole research. One of the earliest in vivo studies, published in 2018, sent ripples of excitement through the scientific community. Researchers investigated the effects of fenbendazole on lung cancer in a mouse model. The results were striking. Mice treated with fenbendazole exhibited a significant reduction in tumor size compared to those in the control group. This study, while conducted in animals and not directly translatable to humans, provided compelling evidence that fenbendazole's anti-cancer effects observed in vitro could manifest in a living organism. Further bolstering these findings, another preclinical study explored fenbendazole's potential in pancreatic cancer, a notoriously aggressive and difficult-to-treat form of cancer. Researchers observed that fenbendazole, when administered to mice with pancreatic tumors, led to a notable decrease in tumor growth and an increase in survival time. These findings, though preliminary, suggested that fenbendazole might hold promise in treating a range of cancer types, sparking further investigations into its mechanisms of action and therapeutic potential.
Section 2. Fenbendazole and lung cancer. A ray of hope? Among the various cancer types studied, fenbendazole has shown particular promise in preclinical models of lung cancer, offering a glimmer of hope for this often devastating disease. Lung cancer remains a leading cause of cancer-related deaths worldwide, highlighting the urgent need for new and effective treatment options. The preclinical data suggesting fenbendazole's potential in this area has fueled cautious optimism among researchers and patients alike. A study published in 2020 delved deeper into the mechanisms underlying fenbendazole's effects on lung cancer cells. Researchers discovered that fenbendazole inhibited the growth of lung cancer cells by inducing cell cycle arrest and apoptosis, effectively preventing these cells from dividing and promoting their self-destruction. Interestingly, the study also revealed that fenbendazole seemed to target cancer stem cells, a subpopulation of cells within tumors believed to be responsible for tumor initiation, growth, and recurrence. This finding regarding cancer stem cells is particularly significant. Traditional chemotherapy and radiation therapy often struggle to eliminate these resilient cells, contributing to tumor relapse and treatment resistance. If fenbendazole proves effective in targeting cancer stem cells, it could potentially offer a more durable and long-lasting treatment response, improving outcomes for lung cancer patients. While these preclinical findings are encouraging, it's crucial to remember that they do not guarantee similar results in humans. The journey from promising preclinical data to effective clinical treatments is complex and often fraught with challenges. Rigorous clinical trials are essential to determine whether fenbendazole's observed benefits in animal models translate to safe and effective treatments for human lung cancer patients.
Section 3. Synergy and senescence. Exploring new avenues. As researchers continue to unravel the complexities of fenbendazole's actions, new and intriguing avenues of investigation are emerging. One area of particular interest lies in exploring fenbendazole's potential synergy with existing cancer treatments. Combining fenbendazole with conventional therapies like chemotherapy or radiation therapy could potentially enhance treatment efficacy, leading to better outcomes for patients. Preclinical studies have shown that fenbendazole can enhance the effectiveness of radiation therapy in certain cancer types. Radiation therapy works by damaging the DNA of cancer cells, ultimately leading to their death. Researchers have observed that fenbendazole appears to sensitize cancer cells to radiation, making them more susceptible to its DNA-damaging effects. This synergistic effect could potentially allow for lower doses of radiation to be used, minimizing side effects while maintaining treatment efficacy. Another promising avenue of research involves fenbendazole's potential to induce cellular senescence. Cellular senescence is a state of irreversible cell cycle arrest, effectively preventing cells from dividing further. While senescence is a natural process that contributes to aging, inducing senescence in cancer cells is a promising strategy to halt their uncontrolled growth. Studies have shown that fenbendazole can induce senescence in certain cancer cell lines, suggesting that this mechanism might contribute to its anti-cancer effects. This finding opens up new possibilities for combining fenbendazole with other senolytic agents, drugs that selectively eliminate senescent cells, potentially enhancing its therapeutic benefits. Section 4. The need for human trials from bench to bedside. The preclinical data surrounding fenbendazole, while promising, represents just one piece of the puzzle. To truly determine fenbendazole's place in the realm of cancer treatment, rigorous clinical trials in humans are essential. These trials, conducted under strict ethical and scientific standards, will provide the definitive answers regarding fenbendazole's safety, efficacy, optimal dosing, and potential side effects in human cancer patients. The transition from preclinical studies to human trials is a critical juncture in drug development. While animal models provide valuable insights, they cannot fully replicate the complexities of human biology and disease. Factors such as genetic variations, drug interactions, and individual responses to treatment can all influence a drug's effectiveness and safety profile in humans. Several clinical trials investigating fenbendazole in cancer patients are currently underway or in the planning stages. These trials will provide invaluable data on fenbendazole's pharmacokinetic properties, optimal dosing strategies, and potential side effects in humans. Furthermore, these trials will assess fenbendazole's efficacy in treating various cancer types, both as a standalone therapy and in combination with existing treatments. The results of these clinical trials are eagerly awaited by researchers, clinicians, and patients alike. The data generated from these trials will provide the scientific evidence needed to determine whether fenbendazole can fulfill its promise as a potential cancer treatment, ushering in a new era of hope for patients battling this complex and often devastating disease.
Weighing the potential benefits and risks. The emergence of fenbendazole as a potential cancer treatment has ignited a firestorm of debate, with proponents touting its anecdotal successes and preliminary scientific support, while skeptics urge caution, emphasizing the lack of robust clinical data in humans. As with any potential medical breakthrough, a balanced perspective is crucial, carefully weighing the potential benefits against the inherent risks before drawing definitive conclusions. On the potential benefit side of the equation, fenbendazole possesses several intriguing attributes that fuel optimism. Its well-established safety profile in veterinary medicine, where it has been used extensively for decades, suggests a relatively low risk of severe side effects, at least in the short term. This favorable safety profile, coupled with its low cost and widespread availability, makes it an appealing option, particularly for patients who have exhausted conventional treatment avenues or face financial constraints. Furthermore, the preclinical data, though preliminary, provides tantalizing hints that fenbendazole might possess genuine anti-cancer activity. Its apparent ability to disrupt microtubule formation, interfere with glucose metabolism, and potentially induce apoptosis in cancer cells aligns with established mechanisms of action utilized by some conventional chemotherapy drugs. This convergence of preclinical findings and mechanistic plausibility further strengthens the rationale for continued investigation. However, tempering this enthusiasm is the stark reality that much remains unknown about fenbendazole's effects in humans. The long-term consequences of its use in humans remain unclear, and its potential for interactions with other medications, particularly chemotherapy drugs, requires thorough investigation. The lack of standardized dosing guidelines and the absence of robust clinical data make it challenging to determine the optimal dosage and treatment duration for different cancer types, increasing the risk of unforeseen complications.
Patient perspectives, voices from the front lines. In the heart of the fenbendazole debate lie the personal stories of cancer patients who have turned to this drug in hopes of finding relief or extending their lives. These patients, often facing grim prognoses or disillusioned by the limitations of conventional treatments, view fenbendazole through a different lens, one shaped by their personal experiences and unwavering hope. For many patients, The anecdotal accounts of others who have seemingly benefited from fenbendazole provide a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Stories like that of Joe Tippins, the American man who credits fenbendazole with his remarkable recovery from advanced lung cancer, resonate deeply, offering a glimmer of possibility where conventional medicine offered little. These stories, shared widely online and through patient support groups, create a powerful narrative that transcends scientific skepticism. However, navigating this landscape of anecdotal evidence can be treacherous. While some patients report dramatic improvements, others experience little to no benefit, and some even encounter adverse effects. The lack of standardized protocols, variations in dosage and treatment duration, and the presence of confounding factors make it difficult to draw definitive conclusions from these personal accounts. Furthermore, the emotional weight of a cancer diagnosis can amplify the placebo effect, where a patient's belief in a treatment can lead to real, perceived improvements, even in the absence of a true biological effect. While the placebo effect should not be dismissed, it underscores the importance of distinguishing between subjective experiences and objective clinical outcomes when evaluating the efficacy of any treatment, including fenbendazole.
Navigating uncharted territory, the role of healthcare providers. The fenbendazole phenomenon has thrust healthcare providers into uncharted territory, forcing them to grapple with the ethical and medical complexities of a drug straddling the line between anecdotal hype and scientific legitimacy. On the one hand, they are bound by their oath to provide evidence-based care, relying on treatments supported by rigorous clinical trials and established safety protocols. On the other hand, they are confronted with the very real and often desperate pleas of patients seeking guidance and support in navigating this controversial treatment option. For many healthcare providers, the lack of robust clinical data in humans presents a significant barrier to recommending or condoning fenbendazole use. The absence of standardized dosing guidelines, the unknown long-term effects in humans, and the potential for unforeseen interactions with other medications raise legitimate concerns about patient safety. Furthermore, advocating for an unproven treatment could inadvertently foster false hope or delay patients from pursuing conventional therapies with established efficacy. However, dismissing patients' interest in fenbendazole outright risks damaging the patient-doctor relationship and undermining trust. Open and honest communication is paramount, acknowledging the limitations of current knowledge while validating patients' concerns and desire to explore all available options. Engaging in shared decision-making, where patients are fully informed of the potential benefits and risks, allows them to make autonomous choices aligned with their values and preferences. In this evolving landscape, healthcare providers serve as crucial navigators, guiding patients through the complexities of fenbendazole's potential while upholding the principles of evidence-based medicine. Their role extends beyond simply providing or withholding treatment. It encompasses compassionate listening, education, and shared decision-making, ensuring patients feel heard, respected, and empowered to make informed choices about their health.
Section 4. A measured approach. Balancing hope with scientific rigor. The fenbendazole story serves as a potent reminder of the delicate balance between hope and scientific rigor in the realm of medicine. While anecdotal accounts and preliminary findings can ignite hope and inspire further investigation, they cannot replace the need for robust clinical trials to definitively determine a treatment's safety and efficacy in humans. The allure of a potential miracle cure, particularly for a disease as formidable as cancer, is undeniable. However, succumbing to hype or embracing anecdotal evidence without critical evaluation can have detrimental consequences, leading to false hope, delayed treatment with proven therapies, and potentially harmful side effects. The path forward lies in a measured and balanced approach, one that acknowledges the potential of fenbendazole while demanding rigorous scientific scrutiny. Ongoing and future clinical trials will be crucial in providing the definitive answers regarding fenbendazole's true place in cancer treatment. These trials, conducted with meticulous attention to scientific rigor, will provide the objective data needed to make informed decisions about fenbendazole's use in humans. Until then, open communication between patients, healthcare providers, and researchers is essential. Patients should feel empowered to discuss their interest in fenbendazole with their doctors, seeking guidance and accurate information. Healthcare providers must navigate this complex landscape with compassion and a commitment to evidence-based care. And researchers must continue to explore fenbendazole's potential with scientific rigor, ensuring that hope is tempered by a steadfast commitment to patient safety and ethical research practices.
The future of fenbendazole, charting a course. The journey of fenbendazole from a humble antiparasitic drug to a potential weapon in the fight against cancer has been nothing short of remarkable. What began as a whisper of hope in online forums, fueled by anecdotal accounts and driven by the desperation of patients seeking alternative treatments, has evolved into a compelling area of scientific inquiry. While the path forward remains uncertain, the early findings, coupled with the drug's established safety profile and affordability, warrant cautious optimism and a commitment to unraveling its true potential. The preclinical data, though preliminary, provides tantalizing hints that fenbendazole might possess genuine anti-cancer properties. Its apparent ability to disrupt microtubule formation, interfere with glucose metabolism, and potentially induce apoptosis in cancer cells aligns with established mechanisms of action utilized by some conventional chemotherapy drugs. Furthermore, its potential to enhance the effectiveness of radiation therapy and induce cellular senescence opens up intriguing avenues for combination therapies and novel treatment strategies. However, the road from promising preclinical findings to effective clinical treatments is often long and arduous, littered with the remnants of drugs that showed initial promise but ultimately failed to deliver in human trials. Fenbendazole's fate now hinges on the results of ongoing and future clinical trials, which will provide the definitive answers regarding its safety, efficacy, optimal dosing, and potential side effects in human cancer patients. These trials, conducted with rigorous scientific methodology and ethical oversight, will determine whether fenbendazole can fulfill its early promise, or whether it will join the ranks of countless other drugs that ultimately fell short of expectations. The scientific community eagerly awaits these results, recognizing that they hold the key to unlocking fenbendazole's true potential and its rightful place in the evolving landscape of cancer treatment.
Beyond the hype, the importance of informed decision-making. The fenbendazole story serves as a stark reminder of the power and peril of anecdotal evidence in the age of instant information. While personal stories can inspire hope and galvanize action, they cannot replace the rigor of scientific inquiry and the need for objective data to guide medical decision-making. The allure of a potential miracle cure, particularly for a disease as formidable as cancer, can be intoxicating, but succumbing to hype without critical evaluation can have detrimental consequences. Patients, often facing a life-altering diagnosis and bombarded with information from various sources, may be tempted to view anecdotal accounts as definitive proof of efficacy, leading to unrealistic expectations or, worse yet, delaying or foregoing proven treatments with established benefits. The emotional weight of a cancer diagnosis can amplify the placebo effect, making it challenging to distinguish between genuine responses to treatment and subjective experiences fueled by hope and expectation. Healthcare providers, caught between the desire to honor patient autonomy and the responsibility to provide evidence-based care, face the delicate task of navigating this complex landscape. Open and honest communication is paramount, acknowledging the limitations of current knowledge while validating patients' concerns and desire to explore all available options. Engaging in shared decision-making, where patients are fully informed of the potential benefits and risks, allows them to make autonomous choices aligned with their values and preferences. The fenbendazole phenomenon underscores the importance of health literacy and critical thinking in the digital age. Patients must be empowered to question information, seek reliable sources, and engage in informed discussions with their healthcare providers. The internet can be a valuable tool for research and connecting with others, but it is essential to approach online information with a discerning eye, recognizing that personal anecdotes, while compelling, do not equate to scientific evidence.
A call for collaboration, uniting science and hope. The Fenbendazole story highlights the need for greater collaboration and open dialogue between scientists, healthcare providers, and patients. Bridging the gap between the laboratory bench and the patient bedside requires a concerted effort to ensure that research is driven by patient needs, that scientific findings are effectively communicated to those who can benefit from them, and that patients' perspectives and experiences are valued and incorporated into the research process. Scientists have a responsibility to conduct rigorous research that addresses the most pressing questions surrounding fenbendazole's safety and efficacy in humans. This includes designing and implementing well-controlled clinical trials, exploring potential combination therapies, and investigating the drug's mechanisms of action at a molecular level. Furthermore, scientists must strive to disseminate their findings in accessible language, ensuring that their research reaches beyond academic journals and empowers patients and clinicians to make informed decisions. Healthcare providers play a crucial role in bridging the gap between scientific advancements and patient care. They must stay abreast of the latest research findings, engage in continuing education, and be prepared to have open and honest conversations with patients about fenbendazole's potential benefits and risks. Furthermore, healthcare providers can contribute to the advancement of knowledge by reporting their clinical observations and participating in research initiatives that aim to further evaluate fenbendazole's role in cancer treatment. Patients, as the ultimate stakeholders in their health, have a powerful voice that deserves to be heard. By sharing their experiences, both positive and negative, patients can provide invaluable insights that can inform research priorities, guide treatment decisions, and shape the future direction of fenbendazole's development. Patient advocacy groups can play a vital role in amplifying these voices, advocating for research funding, and ensuring that patients' perspectives are represented in policy discussions.
A new era of cancer treatment embracing innovation, demanding evidence. The fenbendazole story unfolds against the backdrop of a rapidly evolving landscape in cancer treatment. Advances in immunotherapy, targeted therapies, and our understanding of the genetic underpinnings of cancer are revolutionizing the way we approach this complex disease. In this era of unprecedented innovation, it is essential to embrace the potential of novel treatments like fenbendazole while remaining grounded in the principles of evidence-based medicine. The history of cancer treatment is replete with examples of both breakthroughs and disappointments. Drugs hailed as miracle cures have often failed to live up to their initial hype, while others, initially met with skepticism, have gone on to transform the treatment landscape. The fenbendazole story, though still in its early chapters, serves as a potent reminder that the path to progress is rarely linear, and that both hope and skepticism must be tempered by a steadfast commitment to scientific rigor. As we venture further into this uncharted territory, it is imperative that we proceed with both caution and optimism. While the allure of a readily available, affordable, and potentially effective treatment for cancer is undeniable, we must resist the temptation to abandon the principles of evidence-based medicine that have guided medical progress for decades. The pursuit of novel treatments must go hand in hand with a commitment to rigorous research, ethical conduct, and open communication. The fenbendazole story is far from over. The coming years will be critical in determining whether this once obscure veterinary drug can fulfill its promise as a potential weapon in the fight against cancer. As researchers continue to explore its mysteries, clinicians strive to provide compassionate and informed care, and patients bravely share their experiences. We move closer to unraveling the truth about fenbendazole and its rightful place in the ever-evolving landscape of cancer treatment.